Will Captain Marvel be the star she was always meant to be? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 5 fan theories about Captain Marvel. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most exciting, compelling, or thought-provoking theories about Captain Marvel's place in the MCU and the fallout of her introduction. Please note there will be spoilers from Avengers: Infinity War. Number 5. Captain Marvel exists in an alternate timeline. Considering everything that Earth has been through since the Age of Heroes kicked off in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and taking into account the fact that the Captain Marvel film is reportedly set in the 1990s, it seems a little odd that Captain Marvel didn't return home sooner to lend a much-needed hand. If Nick Fury and Coulson were dealing with the extraplanetary powers of Captain Marvel in the 1990s, why did the Chitauri invasion have such a first contact vibe to it? Now that we've started seeing multiple realities and timelines courtesy of Doctor Strange and Ant-Man, it begs the question, might Carol Danvers be joining us from a parallel universe or traveling through time? Number 4. Captain Marvel will provide more context to Vormir and the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone was the big question mark going into Avengers: Infinity War. There were plenty of theories floating around, ranging from it's in Wakanda to it's in the microverse. But in the end, we got a bit of a curveball with the reveal that it was on Vormir in the company of none other than the long-missing Red Skull. Considering how many questions this revelation raised and how few answers it provided, people are looking hopefully towards Captain Marvel for context. Vormir is a pretty obscure choice of planet, but one that interestingly finds itself in Kree space. And the Kreeer species with whom Captain Marvel's story has traditionally been thoroughly intertwined.
Carol?
Do I know you?
What happened to you? That energy signature, it's Kree.
Number 3. Doctor Strange is going to make an appearance.
So Earth has wizards now.
As was made perfectly clear in his solo outing, Doctor Strange is quite the Sorcerer Supreme. Armed with the Eye of Agamotto, he was able to keep Dormammu in a time loop until the interdimensional tyrant rage quit his attempted takeover of Earth. In Avengers: Infinity War, Strange goes on a mental trip, presumably through all of the potential outcomes of Thanos' campaign, and ominously declares that out of 14,605 possible timelines, only one ends well for them. Could it be that Strange traveled back in time to visit Fury and/or Carol Danvers and warn them decades in advance? That'd explain why Fury knew just what to do when people started disappearing. Number 2, we'll finally learn how Nick Fury damaged his eye in the MCU.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Nick Fury's medical history might not be the most pressing question we have going into Captain Marvel or Avengers 4, but it's nonetheless among the more enduring MCU mysteries. It's been revealed that for Captain Marvel, Jackson will not only be digitally de-aged, but we'll also be seeing him with 2 functional eyes. As such, it seems pretty safe to assume that we'll finally be seeing how he damaged his eye in the first place. We also suspect that the events of Captain Marvel may be what Coulson was referring to when he told Stark this wasn't his first rodeo. The 90s are looking like a messy decade for S.H.I.E.L.D.
But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
Number 1, it will set up Secret Invasion. Everyone is naturally excited to see how things pan out in Avengers 4. It's the end of a huge franchise-spanning story, with Thanos' overarching narrative seemingly coming to an end. Whatever the new status quo winds up being, the MCU is going to need a new driving force tying its films together. And given that Captain Marvel is reportedly introducing the shape-shifting Skrulls by exploring the Kree-Skrull War, the Secret Invasion storyline seems like a perfect fit. Some have argued that the MCU has left room for this plotline since day 1. The whole thing with the Skrulls is that they impersonate humans and heroes, sometimes for years at a time. Talk about a game changer. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.